when you first pick up For Honor, everything feels overwhelming. Like you have to learn the guard break, a live parry, and the whole shebang. You have to choose a hero. Many people would recommend you to get a hero with a very complex moveset, like Jing Jun, Jiren, or Virtuoso. But I will tell you that there is one hero that is very easy for beginners. And of course, he's on the cover of For Honor, and is literally the poster boy of For Honor. That is Warden. Warden is the hero that I would consider to be the best beginner-friendly hero for anyone in For Honor. But he is really good once you get into the game, pretty much. From his moveset to his feats, like he's pretty good once you understand his entire gameplay and his style. But for today, I will break down reasons why Warden is the best hero for beginners in For Honor. Alright, to start out for this first reason, Warden is a very easy hero to access when you start up For Honor. For the first time, you will do the tutorial where you will have to play through the tutorial and complete it. Once you complete the tutorial, you'll then choose 3 of the following heroes for free: Warden, Kensei, and Raider. Out of all 3 of them, Warden is the best one to choose when starting out For Honor for the very first time. Warden has moves that are very accessible to get into, like his light chaining into his bash or zone in a bash, or you can start out with the bash and go into a light, heavy feint into heavy, or I think you guys get the point. He has very straightforward mix-ups that are very easy to access. With Kensei, it's all about using the feints and being very calm and passive, and also he has a side dodge heavy attack and can switch his moves mid-animation too. Which that's not a bad thing at all, but if you enjoy playing passive and doing different moves, then definitely pick up Kensei. Kensei would be really good for first hero if you enjoy Kensei. Raider is also good because he's more of an aggressive type of hero that mainly uses his hyper armor for trades and has an unblockable zone that can do hella damage. He's perfect as an aggressive hero that can punish by using his hyper armor and damage. Warden is mainly your all-rounder hero who can do pretty much anything. He has access to get into his moves very fast and teaches you as you move forward in For Honor. Now here is my second reason. Warden is a very simple hero to use once you pick him up. Like with Section 1, his moves are very simple to get into, and he has access to get into those moves very early. Mainly just setting up your bashes and making the correct reads. If you make the correct read with Warden, it will feel super satisfying, as you did understand your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. Warden teaches you to be aggressive and when to not be aggressive in fights, and so on. Like I said, Warden is your all-rounder vanguard hero. He teaches you to make the correct read and to be patient when doing so. And sometimes Warden will punish you for being too aggressive with your moves. So if you think you can just bash spam your way out of everything, well, think again, buddy. If you try to bash spam your opponent a lot, they will just wait for the timing and punish you with a guard break into heavy. So you gotta watch it whenever you try to just spam your bash and thinking that you can just spam your bash and then probably get some damage off every single time. It doesn't work like that at all. Warden's kit is very simple, as it will help you with your mistakes that you make whenever you're fighting your opponent, either in duels or in Dominion. Now this next reason is very important. Warden is always going to be reliable in For Honor. Whether that is in Dominion and in duels, he will always be a reliable hero. It really doesn't matter who Warden fights. If you are able to understand Warden's kit and what Warden can do, then you will have no problem using Warden against other heroes that are kind of superior than you. Warden can have an answer to other heroes. He has solid pressure in his kit, not too aggressive but still good to use. Warden has consistent pressure with his bashes, which you can use to get your opponent to possibly react to them or force them to side dodge to get to level 3 bash, and using the zone to continue the bash too if you want to. It's all up to you, the player, if you want to be consistent with Warden or not. But his kit can be very consistent if you decide to be very consistent with him. Warden is not a terrible choice of a hero. In Dominion, sometimes he can be a very reliable choice for points and rotations too. Since he is a vanguard, you always want to go to either A or C, depending on the map. Warden can also be really good for stalling on points sometimes, but not all the time, but he can definitely be really good for just stalling on points. If you're alone and whatnot, and you have to wait for your teammates to get to you, then you can just stall if you're playing as Warden a little bit. But the main point is that Warden can be reliable with his kit and still have answers for his opponent overall. Now here is my next reason that I think would make some sort of sense. Warden is balanced for beginners only. Now I know what you're thinking. What are you talking about, Raptor? Just let me explain. Warden's moveset is very predictable and easy to use. So when you are a beginner, of course you will use the heavies, the bashes, and the lights, and sometimes spam them as a beginner. It happens, okay? Like, don't get me wrong, whenever I was playing with Warden my very first time, I was just spamming everything in his moveset, okay? From the lights, the bashes, and everything, and I thought I was just doing really well, but then I got humbled when I went to rep 300. It wasn't good. But as you progress the game and play with Warden, you will understand timing and when to be aggressive with Warden and when to hold back, like I said earlier in the video. And when you do get to the high level duels or high level 44s, you will be dealing with people who will read or react to your moves if you play with Warden. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like if you're in like high rep lobbies or so on, man, you're gonna have a hard time playing with Warden. It's just how it is. His kit is very predictable in high rep lobbies. So of course, if you're playing against someone who knows his kit and understands what he might do next, then of course you're gonna have a hard time. That's just how it is, honestly. Even against some heroes, Warden can hold his own. He can hold his own against some heroes that are better than him sometimes. But when you start to face someone who just knows, like I said, who knows what they're doing at a high level, you will have a hard time with Warden. You really will. And it's just nothing you can really do about it. Now, I know I keep repeating myself a little bit, but that's just the reality of it. You will have a hard time with Warden whenever you're playing with him sometimes. And that's just what I see whenever I play in high rep lobbies. It sucks, honestly. Now, I am not saying that he's overall balanced. He's not. He's really not that balanced overall because he's not the best in Dom and duels. He's okay sometimes. I'm just saying at a beginner's level, Warden can thrive because it's new players that are trying to get into the game. That's pretty much what it is. He's pretty much a new beginner-friendly hero like Griffin. Griffin's another beginner-friendly hero that any beginner can pick up and just master within like maybe a couple of games or probably in a couple of weeks or so on. But I do feel like that Warden, he needs a little buff or something to help him compete a little bit in high levels, but he's balanced, in my opinion, at beginner levels, to me at least. Now for this next reason, there is one thing that Warden can definitely help new players with, and it's the fundamentals. Knowing when to use your mix-ups, understanding spacing, and timing your attacks. Warden can also help you with reading your opponent and being patient to make the right read. Warden's kit can be very easy to get into, like I mentioned earlier, and understanding the fundamentals of timing, spacing, and using your moves can help you go far with Warden. He is overall the best hero for beginners to get the hang of the learning curve in For Honor. Now, I know that there is more to For Honor like map rotation, ganking, anti-ganking, and everything else. But for Warden and for beginners in general, I would say just take your time with the game and learn as you play. Learn as you play, have fun with the game, because you need to understand the basic fundamentals like mixed-ups, making reads, guard breaking, etc. before you learn frame advantage, confirm ganking, and more. I would just recommend for any beginner that's trying to play For Honor just to have fun with the game and just get the use and feel of the game first, and just take your time as you do learn. Even with Warden, Kensei, and Raider overall, just take your time with the characters, and if you do get angry, always take a break. Take a break from the game if you need to. That's just a little thing for everyone that's playing For Honor or pretty much in fighting games in general. Warden is overall good for beginners. To learn the fundamentals, well, it's not just him, but also Raider and Kensei too, since they are also easy to play as well. But overall, it really doesn't matter. You can play any character you want in For Honor and learn the fundamentals with them too, but some might be harder to learn than others. But the most important thing when practicing with heroes like Warden is to always have fun when learning the fundamentals. So for my conclusion, Warden overall is a very good hero for beginners because he has a very basic moveset that anyone can just understand, and his moves are very accessible to get into. Warden isn't the most big or flashy hero. He's mainly the hero to get beginners into the game of For Honor. Now, I know he isn't exciting at first, but the main goal to play with Warden is to help you improve as you progress the game and get better each day. That is why Warden is the best hero for beginners. He helps beginners improve with a simple and basic moveset, and his feats too, well, they could be better, but they're okay. But he mainly teaches you to play the game as a beginner. And with the beginners, I'm gonna tell you again, and I guess I keep repeating myself in my videos. I'm sorry, it's a thing I'm trying to break. But like I said, for beginners, always have fun with the game and have fun with any character that you play with in For Honor. If you're playing with Warlord, you play with Warlord and you just have fun understanding the fundamentals with him, or if you're playing with Griffin, you have fun playing with Griffin. Or Kyoshin or any other hero that has a complex moveset, you can have fun with them too. It's gonna take you some time to understand that hero overall, but once you understand the hero, you pretty much will have fun with For Honor, and the game itself is really good once you understand it. Now, Warden isn't the best at high level play, even against people who can play any hero really good. Warden is very simple, and that's the problem. His simplicity will turn people away from him at higher revs. It sucks, honestly, but that's just what it is. You can still do very well with him against heroes that are better than him if you understand their moves and what to do, but it's sometimes highly unlikely. That's why I say he is good for people who have never played For Honor before. A really good beginner friendly hero for people who have never played. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments what you think about the Warden in For Honor, and please let me see your opinions in the comments below. Also, I want to apologize for repeating myself a lot in my videos. I am trying to fix that. It's a habit that happens, but I will fix it. But I also want to know, do you think Warden is very beginner friendly or not? Let me know in the comments, and also don't forget to hype the video up and subscribe to join the community today. And don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Anyways, I am TheGamingRaptor. I will see you guys in the next video. Alrighty guys, peace out.